seen anything like that.
Wide right.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going to the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program. So we talk the sports and other stuff too, like video games. I wish I was better at video games, but my fingers are the size of sausages, which is why I bite them all the day. I always forget their fingers and not food.
Oh my God.
My bad.
What?
Now here's your host. He's Dave McDonald.
Oh, thank you so much. Our temporary announcer who's here for the second week in a row because Roy Harder is back in the methadone clinic, ladies and gentlemen. We have been worried about Roy being the heroin addicted Santa Claus for quite some time, and that is why Roy Harder is not here. But Roy assures us he will be back next Monday, the first Monday of March, in order to fuck up the introduction as badly as Andrew. Big guy Andrew, go. First of all, Andrew,
Yes,
wonderful
Mr.
job
Champion.
with the introduction. You came in just like you ejaculate. You came way too quickly. All right. You were in there. The goddamn Al Michaels clip hadn't played.
I know.
All right. You got to wait for Al Michaels to say it's a miracle. Now, where was that from? Where did Al Michaels say it's a miracle, Andrew?
On the Olympics?
Well, specifically, I want the year and I want the event. This should be a layup here. It's a sports program. Please, for the love of Pete, tell me you know where that fucking Al Michaels hockey clip is from, for the love of God. Please. They made a movie with it with Kurt Russell. Please, I beg of you.
It was in Montreal.
It's in Montreal. Come on. When did that happen and what was it?
It was the hockey Olympics.
It was, but
Yes.
but what two teams were playing? I'm not trying to drag this out for the whole episode, you piece of shit. You know what?
Yeah.
Do you want to phone a friend? Because it sounds like a friend might
Yes.
be willing to help you out here. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew is going to phone a friend right off the bat. And the friend who he is phoning is none other than the greatest video game player of all time. It's as simple as that, and there is no discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, the video game GOAT, Billy Mitchell.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, how we doing?
Billy, we are doing so great. We are going to have an action-packed episode with you. But first, can you help out Andrew with this, I thought, very easy trivia question?
Sure, what's the question?
The question is, Al Michaels, do you believe in miracles? Hockey, from the clip that we saw, where was it? What took place?
It was February 1976 in Montreal at the Olympics. It was the U.S. versus Russia, and the U.S. rallied down 1 point to tie Russia and then to go ahead of Russia and eventually secure the gold medal. A miracle.
Hold on, Bill. 1976 or
1980? Excuse me.
1980. Billy Mitchell, the greatest of all time. Got that answer completely correct very quickly with absolutely no help, no assistance from moi. And Billy Mitchell, yet again, reestablishes he's the greatest ever. The greatest ever. Andrew, thank Billy for getting you some points today.
Thank you, Billy.
And Billy, because you guys are such close friends, Andrew has asked that if he could ask you a few questions throughout the show. We're not going to start with the Andrew insanity because sometimes his questions are a little confusing. But every once in a while throughout the hour-long episode, Andrew will jump in with a question. Is that okay with you, Bill?
Well, if we ever become friends, we can do that.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
listen, he's come out swinging. He's on fire. First of all, Billy Mitchell, a man of punctuality, promptness. He was here 5 minutes early. He was eating dinner, and then I heard him say, "How did you like the gravy?" You said that to someone in the room. My point is, did you make the dinner? Because it sounded like you prepared the dinner and the gravy.
I know it sounds that way, but my beautiful wife was slaving over a hot stove.
Okay.
Preparing for the show.
Okay.
Because she wanted to make sure that I had the advantage over every one of you.
All right, fair enough. But because I was wondering because I overheard you say, "How did you like the gravy?" I was assuming that you had made it, so you were asking her how she liked her own gravy that she prepared.
Correct.
That's the most boss king thing ever. How did you like the food that you made? This is a reason why all these little nerds on YouTube, all these little video game nerds and wannabes, these video game celebrity wannabes are all jealous of you because you have beautiful women making you dinner moments before the #1 sports podcast of all time. You have records. You've been in Pixels. You've had documentaries made about you. Look at that. The King of Kong, one of the greatest documentaries of all time. The world is your oyster, Billy. Look at that. This is the poster that Billy Mitchell made for Davey Mac, where he superimposed, and this wasn't me. This is what Billy did for me. He superimposed my face over Steve Weeby's.
Well, this is the sequel to King of Kong, is what it is.
Right. I'm waiting for it. And then in that yellow banner, he copied and pasted my resume from LinkedIn and somehow put that on the poster, which is really odd.
Yeah, that's
really
actually
odd.
the trailer. That's actually the trailer. The movie comes out at the end of the year.
It's so odd to put on a poster, the Dave Man, social media, marketing, organizing live events, leading teams, teaching interns. That's odd. That's not the typical poster stuff. Usually you see, big words, action packed, epic, bam, boom, that kind of stuff, not leading interns.
Well, Dave, that poster was introduced when you made your debut appearance at a video game event. Do you recall that?
I do not recall exactly what the event is. The Dave Man has made so many appearances, Billy. But in all honesty, the legalized weed.
Well, we were down in
forgetful.
Haddonfield, New Jersey, and you drove down there for the grand opening of the Ram Arcade.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Now I remember.
Made your professional video game debut.
Thank you for failing to remember that. Actually, remember all the way back in I don't know if it was 2011 or 12.
11.
We did a Kong off in North Jersey, but it was Western New Jersey.
Yeah,
which...
but you had to play second fiddle there.
No, I not only was I the first fiddle, I got us all so much heat because basically what happened was we were on stage. Sam Roberts and myself were on stage, and I wanted to I thanked the bouncer. And I said, "Hey, everyone, look at the bouncer over there." And thank the comic book guy for guarding the door here at the Kong off because the guy looked like a live-action, real-life human being version of the comic book guy. Anyway, during commercial break, the guy walks over and says, "I don't give a shit who you are or what you're doing here. If you call me the comic book guy again, I'm coming up that stage and I'm beating your ass in front of this entire crowd."
Yeah, that was Andre the Giant's big brother.
and then I made a comment. It was a joke about Walter Day. It was a joke. I love Walter Day. You know that I love Walter Day, Bill.
Right.
But then I made a joke about Walter Day, and the whole event began to turn into the Doors 1968 Miami, where Jim Morrison has lost his mind and the crowd turns on him and he gets arrested and everyone riots. And basically that was a career killer for the Doors. Very shortly thereafter, no Sam and Dave. special delivery. That would be disbanded for the world-class Davey Mac Sports Program. Come on. So, everything happens for a good reason here, Bill.
All right. Well, I have an opportunity for you.
Talk to me, Daddy.
For you to redeem yourself.
Talk to me.
Okay, your second debut, your first international video game debut. How about that?
I'm in.
Yeah, all you got to do is show up.
What are we talking about?
It's July 8th and 9th. It's the NERG, N-E-R-G, Northeast Retro Gaming in Newcastle, England. And we can make Davey Mac a special guest appearance.
Oh, my God.
We'd be there with me and Walter.
England.
England.
Proper England. Where they talk like this, Bill.
Yes, and you have to speak the Queen's language, yes.
You know that they call Frogger Bugger in England.
Yeah.
Did you know that it's a totally different? No, I'm just making that up. You would even agree that. Wait a second.
Wait till you hear what they call cigarettes, Dave.
Well, we're not going to say that. We don't want any strikes on YouTube. Thank you very much. Now, listen, Billy, I want to go to this thing.
Okay.
But I'm going to need for a few things. I'm going to need a flight back and forth, a hotel room, and I would say $1,500 to $2,000 stipend would be nice.
Okay, who do you think you are, Billy Mitchell?
No, but this thing sounds cool. So what's going to happen over there?
Well, it's the Northeast Retro Gaming, and forgive me, all of our friends in England, but they would be a little behind us in the retro world. But barcades are starting to pop up all over there, just as they have here for the last decade or two.
Gotcha.
So we're getting our foot on the ground. We go there. We'll visit Guinness.
Oh my God! I need to do this trip. Yeah, I want to do this.
We'll take the train up to Newcastle. I'll play a perfect game and some kill screens. To be honest, it's just a lot of fun.
No,
we'll talk about it as the months go on, and maybe it fits your schedule. And
bro, forget about fits the schedule. If I could financially figure out how to get there, I will. Okay, Andrew, can you fly me to England?
Yes,
real
Mr.
quick?
Champion, I'm on it.
You can fly me. You're on it. You fly me to England for July 7th and 8th. Actually, Andrew, that's a little quick for the Dave Man. I want to spend a few days in Piccadilly Circus. So,
we actually, it's a Saturday Sunday show, but we arrive on Wednesday.
That's what we're talking about.
We screw around.
That's what I mean.
The show Saturday Sunday.
Yes, sir.
We screw around and we fly back Wednesday. So it's Wednesday.
That's what we're talking. Andrew, that's what I need, Andrew. A Wednesday to Wednesday affair. And, you can come if you want to, Andrew. You're allowed to come if you want to, but make sure you book yourself a coach seat on the flight. All right. I'm first
talking about.
class.
He couldn't even make it to Haddonfield, New Jersey when you were there.
That's true. He used to love me so much. Now he doesn't. He loves you. He's transferred all his love. Andrew, do you have a question then? Since you've been relatively good and well behaved for the first few minutes of the program, why don't you ask Billy a question, please?
Champion. Hi, Billy. Big A here. Why is Pac-Man so yellow?
Is that it?
Oh,
that's the whole question?
Does he fight to get peed on by females? if so, then Pac-Man and I have a lot in common.
Okay.
I'll hang up and listen to your response right now.
All right. Well, it's not I know it's a sports program, Andrew. Yeah. It's not a call-in.
Well, I think the best part. I think the best part of what he said was that I'll hang up now.
Unfortunately, he's sitting like 4 feet from Robert, so him hanging up, and he should just take out the word "up" and just say, "I'm going to hang myself now." Now, listen, Andrew, I just want you to know that's the second week in a row. Roy's been off for 2. By the way, Roy will be back next Monday. I do want to assure Davey Mac Sports Program fans, Roy hasn't left the show. But Andrew's been here, and you've been wonderful. Thank you for filling in these last 2 weeks. I do want to mention these last 2 weeks, you have confessed that you enjoy getting peed on.
Yes, Mr. Champion.
And what does that have to do with Pac-Man? I'm just a little confused about that.
Because it's the same color.
Oh, okay. The color yellow.
Yes.
Okay. Billy, I forgot. Simple mind. And he makes little simple connections like that. Let's go back to Billy for a second now. Billy, so everyone knows, well, listen, everyone on the Davey Mac Sports Program has known, everyone who is not bitter and envious and jealous has known for years and years and years, you're the greatest. Okay, when one of these other little losers shows up in an Adam Sandler movie, give me a call. All right, when somebody else gets a Hollywood documentary that gets chosen by all the major film festivals and wins awards, when that happens, give me a call. When someone has at the ready King of Kong hot sauce right there.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. Ricky's hot sauce, if you don't get into this, I personally pour it on my popcorn. You ever try popcorn and hot sauce, folks? Oh my God. It's one of the greatest treats you'll ever have in your entire life.
Yeah, we call it Cajun corn.
Oh my God. That is a nice hot Billy Mitchell's Ricky's hot sauce on popcorn with a Sprite. There's no better snack on the planet Earth. So he's got number one popcorn. He's got number one documentaries. He's got number one movies. He's set number one scores. And he's the only person who scored 900,000 points live in 1983. And yet these jealous maggots continue with this eating nonsense, Bill. And I guess it popped up recently. Someone, I don't know who this person is, but some guy, one of the East Side Davidians out there said, hey, Davey Mac, some dude is Robert, do you have the clip real quick? I could show it to Billy.
On an original
Some guy is
arcade.
talking
He has
about
always
me,
stated that the
talking
tapes
about Billy, our
weren't
beautiful
his, so
friendship.
why does he
I don't know who
focus
this
on the
is.
footage at all? It makes no logical sense. Billy has even already admitted that the footage is MAME.
And the fact of the matter is, everybody is looking at the film and everybody is questioning the fact, was it arcade or was it MAME?
Thank you, Robert.
What is
That's the
MAME
clip.
exactly?
That's the clip to prove that this person is just taking my Billy Mitchell interviews and repackaging them for his own
Hello,
purpose
you
and then trying to
absolute legend.
slander my man Billy Mitchell, the GOAT. Now, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but I got some news for you, Carl. Your ass ain't in a goddamn movie, pal. Your ass isn't hanging out with Adam Sandler, nor have you been pixelated to be in a goddamn Disney cartoon, and one that's pretty big. It's called Wreck-It Ralph. Billy's been in Wreck-It Ralph.
Ooh.
Billy's been with Adam Sandler. What are you talking about, Carl? And why are you using my clips? Get your own Billy Mitchell interview, like the Dave Man do. Billy's my interviewee, not yours, and I did not give you permission to use that video. Carl.
Oh.
Billy, who is this guy? And why am I so incensed at Carl?
Well, in 2019, I flew to Australia. I was in his hometown in the entire nation of Australia. And I was in his hometown where there was the Donkey Kong World Championship. And I came in first place. But he didn't show up. But he has a lot of lip service.
So,
And he makes a lot of money off recycling different YouTubes like yours. A lot of money. I don't know where your cut of that money is.
This is my point. This is total fucking bullshit. Sorry, Billy. I usually have a no cursing rule when it comes to Billy because he is a family brand to protect. So I apologize. But let me. You could see I'm unnerved by this. How is this legal to steal my videos and Carl then draws all over them and this and that? What is this? And then he gets the money on YouTube. How is that possible?
I'm sure it's not legal, and he's getting an education as to what's legal and not legal. So
yeah. Well, I have called my lawyer, attorney at law, Neil Unger.
Yes.
And Neil Unger will be making a Davey Mac Sports Program appearance in the few months to come when we discuss all the people that we're going to be suing in the year 2023. One of these days, Neil is actually going to win a case for me so I can retire from all of this. Because I want to just put it to bed and travel the world with Billy and play video games for the rest of my life. So we have nothing to worry about with this Carl person. I don't even know how to His last name was like Jobst, and I didn't even know how to pronounce it, so I don't even.
That's good.
Okay.
It's Hispanic, Dave. It's Hop Street.
Okay. So what's with the jealousy after all these years? I mean, for real, people can't get over the fact they're still doing this gimmick of Billy cheats. He didn't cheat in 1983 in front of people. He hasn't cheated since, by the way. But the proof is in the pudding. In 1983, when the game was 3 weeks old and he was in front of people. Is that Carl?
Yeah, if you Google his name, it's the third image that comes up.
We're moving past him. He's ugly. Billy, what's with the jealousy still all these years later? What is that?
It's kind of interesting that you mentioned that, because I had somebody give me an analysis. He said there were people, whether it was honest or not, that wanted to question your scores. Okay, you question them. Okay. They said, provide whatever information you have. And even to an honest person, okay, you provide it. Okay, prove you can get the scores. Well, then I went out against my desires and I started playing again. I got the scores. I replayed the scores. I beat all the scores. So this guy said to me, he goes, what is their end game? And I thought about it and I go, I don't know. And he said they're like a bunch of guys who get together once a month. They put like some white sheets over their head and they just spew hatred. I have no idea why.
I understand. So they're sort of like the Ku Klux Klan. These people, they're haters.
Yeah, and what their actual end game is, I don't really know.
Okay, that's a strong statement, and I appreciate that. Robert, pull that for the video game press. Billy Mitchell compares Carl and company to the KKK. And I'm with you, Bill. I side with you. They're a hate group. I'm going to report them to the ALCO or whatever that organization is.
Yeah, they have a negative agenda, but they don't really have
they have no plan. They have no there's no reason for that. You know what the reason is, Billy, and so do I. It's clicks. Clickety click, click, click. Have you noticed that no one wants to produce original content anymore? Every single fucking podcast and show in 2023 is commenting on other podcasts and shows and
for example, they're commenting on your prior podcast.
Right. Every YouTube channel is commenting on other YouTube channels. Every podcast comments on other podcasts. It's so inside. How about producing original stuff? Learn how to write show prep. Learn how to be imaginative. Learn how to create. Come up with ideas. Write it down and do shows. Create content, not just commentary and bitching and moaning about every podcast, YouTube channel, video game player, etc. It's dull. It's boring. It's been there, done that. Radio wars and podcast wars and comic wars in 2023 is passe, unimaginative, and dull. Sorry, that's the way I feel.
Even outlets that I would consider and others would consider outlets that don't go out of their way to sensationalize things for clicks, even those outlets have started to simply take what somebody says and repeat it. Okay, they say, well, all we did was report what they said. Yeah, but you didn't look, you didn't investigate, you didn't look into it yourself, you didn't make an effort. I mean,
there is no more.
I think some of these outlets, in order to produce big commentary, they just need one guy cut and paste.
No, I hear you, Andrew. I see you ready to ask another question. Please go ahead, since you haven't totally destroyed the show. I'm going to allow you another question.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet.
No.
Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, Bill. It's Big A again. I was going for a high score on Frogger at the mall when two teenagers pulled my pants down.
Hold on. You were going for a high score at Frogger and two teenagers pulled your pants down?
Yes, Mr. Champion.
Okay.
No, I have an issue. As I was attempting a record, I couldn't lose focus and pull my pants back up.
Oh.
Boy, that's a first.
The problem, Billy, is that I do not wear underwear.
Okay. Andrew.
Never have, never will.
Never have and never will.
So I'm going to need you to get me a lawyer who specializes in public nudity. Thanks, Billy.
Okay, Billy's not in charge of getting you legal counsel for a public nudity display.
Sure about that?
Yes, just because you were playing Frogger. And Andrew, you have to learn how to tie those sweatpants tighter. I've told you this. You keep getting pantsed by teenagers. This is becoming a problem here.
It happens,
And even if you don't like underwear, do the Chris Pepper Stanley thing and at least wear Umbros under your sweatpants, because if this keeps happening, you just can't have little Andrew and the big A buttocks flapping in the wind there. That's very disturbing for lots of people at the mall.
Champion.
Okay. Billy, you don't have to answer that. I'm going to just spare you on that one, okay? Bill.
Dave, I've seen the tape. Apparently, Big A just kept yelling Mamba mentality the whole time. The cops asked him to pull his pants
He was inspired by Kobe Bryant, Bill.
Yeah.
I guess that's not a bad thing.
Well, the microphone went out. I never heard his question, so it's okay.
No, there was no question. The microphone didn't go out. It was all on him. Yeah, that was his voice. His voice went out. Now hold on, Bill. I got a little topic for you, buddy. We're gonna do the top 5 sports chokes of all time, and I'm gonna ask you to throw out a sports choke, see if it made the list. Oh, we got a little dog situation, and then I want you to think about who was maybe the greatest video game choke artist of all time. But since it's a sports show, does anyone? I'll allow each person to throw one name out for Eastside Dave's top 5 sports chokes. By the way, you can see us on my radio station's website, WRAT.com. I did a full-on article, and there's video links and whatnot there. So go check it out at WRAT.com. Eastside Dave's top 5 sports chokes. Billy, you got a name for me? Top 5 sports chokes. Any era, any sport, whenever you want.
How about when the ball got past Buckner?
Boom, Bill.
Oh, man.
Good call, Billy.
When you ask the go-to question, he gives you number 1 answer. Buckner was at the top of the list. That's because Billy Mitchell's number 1, and he goes for number 1. So Billy has already technically won the game. But I want here's the clip here. Here's Mookie Wilson. You don't even have to play the audio. Here's Mookie Wilson, little rolling ball past Buckner. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. Unbelievable moment in New York sports history. That was Game 6. The Red Sox could have went out there and had the back of their man, Bill Buckner, and yet they just absolutely didn't show up in Game 7. They were like, Bill Buckner ruined the World Series for us. We're not even going to compete in Game 7. All right. Andrew, you have a guess.
Yes. Oh, Scott.
Give me a name.
Scott Norwood.
Scott
Buffalo
Norwood.
Bills.
Look at this. Scott Norwood, Buffalo Bill kicker for during the Super Bowl against the Giants. Giants up 2019. Scott Norwood to kick. I was just a young child holding hands with my friends. We were all kneeling. We were all emulating the Giants sideline as Norwood came up there for a 47-yard kick. This is something that's automatic pretty much in the pros now, but this is a good 32 years ago. And Norwood's taking his time. Maybe the guy could have hurried up a little bit, maybe that made him a little antsy.
Did they ice him here, Dave?
Here's the kick and wide right.
Ooh.
No good.
Wow.
And Andrew, good job on your part. That was number 2 on the list.
Yeah.
So well done. All right, Robert.
Oh, well, Dave, I know you're a big New York sports fan, so it's got to be when the Knicks blew it against Reggie Miller, and he told Spike Lee, your team choked because they didn't have enough, and then he grabbed an area on his body.
That's a good one. I did not put that on the list.
Ooh, can I guess again, Dave? I feel bad being the only one who didn't get it.
Go ahead.
Okay, as a New York football fan, it's got to be when the Giants just had to punt the ball out of bounds, and then Deshaun Jackson returned it for a touchdown.
Bitch! I have told you never to bring up the Deshaun Jackson Eagles-Giants highlight in my presence. Never bring up the fact that all they had to do was punt the ball out of bounds and not punt it to Deshaun Jackson, and they punted to Deshaun Jackson. He runs it back for a touchdown. They lose it. Please. No.
I'm sorry, I just thought by how angry you were, it might have been on your list.
Here are the other ones. Chris Webber from the 1993 College National Championship game, the basketball game between the Wolverines of Michigan and North Carolina. And the game was tight. Chris Webber of Michigan got the ball. He goes to call timeout. Here's the issue, Bill. Michigan didn't have any timeouts. The result was a technical foul. Michigan got the ball back, and the game. That literally, there it is. Carolina's got a 2-point lead, but nevertheless, there's a 3-point line. You know, Michigan had a chance to win the game with a 3, tie the game, and send it into OT with a bucket. He called timeout. That was the end of the game. That's a big-time one. Number 4.
Do you subscribe to the theory on ESPN's breakdown of this? Somebody on the bench called for him to call timeout. Do you buy his excuse?
We have heard that, but we have not heard Chris Webber actually say that. Until Chris Webber says one of the dummy assistant coaches was the one who told me to call timeout, then, you know, I can't run with that narrative. I'm sorry, Robert. Number 4 is Greg Norman's 1996 choke at the Masters. Greg Norman had several weeks and months and years of being number 1 in the sport of golf. Everyone forgets, pre-Tiger Woods, this was pretty much the guy. You know, Norman and Faldo maybe were the 2 guys in golf right before Tiger Woods. Norman was a number 1 player in the world, and on Sunday, in the final round, he comes in with a 6-stroke lead to win his first and only Masters, and he chokes it all the way to Nick Faldo. And he never would get a Masters in his entire career. That, my friends, is a choke job. Look at that, right in the water. And then number 3, J.R. Smith. 2018 NBA Finals between the Cavs and Warriors. Cleveland has the ball. With the game tied 107-107, the Cleveland Cavaliers, you know, the team with LeBron James on them, yeah, they never get a shot off because pothead J.R. Smith thought the Cavs were winning rather than the game being tied, and he dribbled the clock out. Look, he's dribbling the clock out. LeBron saying, give me the ball, give me the ball. It was later revealed he thought the score was he thought the Cavs were winning rather than the score being tied. How the hell? Put down the doobie, Bill. You know? Put down the doobie for a change, J.R. Smith, and get the head in the game. And then 2 was Scott Norwood. Number 1 was Bill Buckner. Because Andrew got the runner-up, he gets 50 points. But because Billy got the number 1 answer, he gets 100 points in tonight's championship.
Billy.
Now,
Well, you know what's interesting about the different choices?
yes, sir.
And it's funny, a missed field goal, I'm always sensitive on because my son in high school and college, he was a kicker.
Wow.
And I thank my lucky stars. He never missed a kick that cost the game.
Right.
He made a lot of kicks that won the game. There's a lot of luck involved there. But being from Miami, remember, this isn't a big deal that I'm going to explain to you because it didn't cost Miami the game. But in Super Bowl 7, with the blocked field goal and Garo Upremian batting the ball in the air like a volleyball,
Yes.
I mean, he's still picked on and ostracized about it today whenever the Dolphins get together.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun and it's humor because although Mike Bass took the ball and scored a touchdown, Miami still won the Super Bowl. Had they lost the Super Bowl, we'd all be talking about Gary.
If you work in IT.
No.
Right now.
You're listen, bro. You're 100% right. And sports has those examples of, you know, guys are thanking their lucky stars that their team won because they got bailed out. Now, is there a video game? Oh, yeah, here's the play right here. This is the Dolphins play. And then he picks it up and he throws it and it looks silly. And we used to see that play all the time on like bloopers where remember they used to get Mel Blanc, the Looney Tunes voiceover artist, to do those great NFL blooper tapes. I used to rent the hell out of them. And he would be like, look at this guy. What a stupid moron this Miami Dolphins kicker is trying to throw the ball into the air. What a dummy. Someone should fire him or hang him from a bridge.
How thankful do you think he was for the butt fumble?
Yeah, Chad. Billy, give us a video game player. Come on. Has there ever been a video game player that has achieved a choke job status? Just one. Weeby?
Well, when I won the Kong off in Australia in 2019, there was not a Kong off in 2020. And then I think it was 21, or was it 22? The guy that came in second place
Yes.
against me, he's an awesome guy. He truly is. He truly is. He won the year before I got there. And so now the next time there's a Kong off, he's playing. He's in the final head-to-head, the last two guys. Remember, each one of these guys, myself included, will score several 100,000 points, up near 1 million. He's in the final. And he got knocked out with less than 20,000 points. It was almost
Wow.
And I mean, the thing is, he's a great guy. And what happened to him?
Yeah.
It's happened to every one of us.
Hey, listen.
But
it didn't happen
it
to
happened to
anyone
him
who's
then.
didn't happen to anyone whose last name is Mitchell, because apparently not only is the old man getting perfect scores on Donkey Kong and Pac-Man, but the young Mitchell is making 60-yard field goals to win games in college and whatnot. So anyone who's named Mitchell is a champion. Whoever that guy is, that guy should be ashamed of himself and never return to the sport of live retro video gaming for the rest of his life. I mean, come on, 20,000 points. I can get that, Billy.
Well, let me tell you something that's very unlike Billy Mitchell.
What?
So the Kong off's over, and I'm standing up on the chair, and I'm standing there and taking the victory. Don't get me wrong, I was taking the money too. Okay? But I reached down and I pulled him up with me because he's such a good guy.
Oh.
And again, it could have went the other way, but here's what's funny. So I came in first. He came in second. My son, who traveled all the way down there with me,
yeah,
he came in third.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
And what happens is it's like the March Madness. It's 16, down to 8, down to 4, down to 2. Well, when it was down to 4, I had to play against my son, and I had to knock him out.
Whoa.
Wow.
So the headlines were,
that's some Game of Thrones stuff right
Billy,
there, Bill.
Billy takes out his own flesh and blood for the title. That was
that's some Sopranos Game of Thrones type of action right there, Bill. Hey, Bill. I have always had a dream of you putting together 2 or 3 or 4 more video game players, and we create like a video game faction. But like, you know how like wrestling, they create a faction, and I'll be the manager. I'll be like the Four Horsemen had J.J. Dillon as their manager. They had Ric Flair, Arn and Ole Anderson, Tully Blanchard, J.J. Dillon as their manager. I'll be in the J.J. Dillon role. I'll be your manager of the Billy Mitchell video game faction. Let's think about that. Yes. We can come up with a group, and what my thinking is, we walk into arcades together. We tell everyone, get off the Frogger and Pac-Man machines. The video game faction is here. Yep. And if they say no, we take out some bats and beat the hell out of them, NWO style. Woo-hoo. It's just a thought. And then we'll let Carl, the YouTuber, comment on that. Better yet, we'll give an invite to Carl. He could show up at the arcade and see what he wants to do with the MWO, the Mitchell World Order.
Ooh, that's what we got
MWO. We got to spray an MWO graphic for Mitchell World Order. That's what we're doing. We are so doing that. All right. Andrew, I see you want to ask a question, but I have a couple more sports stories I want to talk. Okay, go ahead, quickly.
Does he ever hear you say quickly?
No, you know what it is, Bill? He's nervous around you. He loves you so much. He's your number one fan.
I do, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
He gets nervous. Go ahead. Please, Andrew. Billy's no one to be afraid of. You see how nice he was to that choking loser who only scored 20,000 points?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, Billy. Big A. back in the house.
What?
And my ass is large and in charge.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
Okay. I
with
heard.
regards
I heard
to
Big A back in the outhouse. What do you say?
He says he's back in the. He's here and he's ready to ask you another question.
Oh, okay.
Andrew, go into the question, please.
any way with regards to Hubert, and sorry for perhaps asking this in the past. But I really need clarity. Is Hubert's nose a flaccid penis or stretched out anus?
Oh my God.
Thanks for taking my call, Bill.
Yeah, see, people are calling him now.
Find out.
People are calling him, Andrew.
No,
Yep.
it's Walter Day.
Jesus.
Walter, do you have an answer to Andrew's question?
Put him on speakerphone.
What are you talking about? You're the scorekeeper. You're the guy that judges things. Shall I put you on the phone? Shall I put you on and you can answer? No, you're not deputizing me. No. All right, that's the end of that. You heard that answer.
Andrew, I'm not. Yeah, Billy, we're not going to address that. Andrew, you've asked that Hubert question before with regards to his nose.
I have?
I'm not going to say yes. You have.
I want some clarity.
It's not a responsible question to ask an A-list guest. You understand?
Okay,
you don't
Mr.
ask
Champion.
someone if Hubert's nose is a flaccid penis or a stretched out anus. It's disgusting. Bill, actually, just go on to a different question because I honestly feel like I need you to cleanse the palate a little bit.
Okay, Mr. Champion.
Thank you. That's you now, Andrew.
Mr. Bill is Mr. Big. I wrote a poem. I wrote a poem for you.
Mr. Bill, it's Mr. Big,
yes.
and he wrote a poem for you, Bill. Mr. Big.
Hopefully it's Silent Night.
I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Waited on a line of greens and blues.
No.
Just to be next to be with you.
Okay, you didn't write that for Billy. You took the word Mr. Big, the 80s band, you ran with it, and you plagiarized their hit song, Be With You. That's what you just did there.
Yes.
Those were the lyrics to the Mr. Big hit, Be With You.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of the way the guy plagiarized your video for his
It's exactly the way the guy plagiarized my video. Andrew, you just plagiarized Mr. Big, the band, the way Carl plagiarized me.
Who?
You sure about that?
I am sure. Mr. Big is going to be suing you. Trust me.
I hope you like that poem, Billy. I wrote for you this morning while you wrecked the bathtub.
Oh my God. We were moving on.
I think we're
You
still
wrote it for him in the bathtub. I'm not even going to say what was going on with you were
Yes, Mr.
excited.
Champion.
Yeah.
Very excited, Mr. Champion.
Well, we were moving on. You come back to tell him you wrote the song for him in the goddamn bathtub?
Yes, Mr. Champion.
Jesus Christ. Billy,
Sir.
I don't know. You're close to Orlando, right?
2.5
No.
hours.
What are you, like Tampa? I know you're a Florida guy.
No, like Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, Fort Lauderdale. I am in New Jersey, but I root for the New York Knickerbockers, and I am making a prediction. The Knicks are going to the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it right here from Davey Mac. The Knicks are going to the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. They have a game tonight versus the Boston Celtics, the first place in the Eastern Conference Boston Celtics. The Knicks, winners of 5 straight, looking to get their 6th in a row to get into the top 5 in the Eastern Conference. Right now, they're a top 10 NBA team, period. With a win tonight, they move into the top 5 Eastern Conference, have another quality win. They've had now good wins over the Sixers, the Bucks, other teams. This would be a gigantic win right here. Is my prediction insane? Can the Knicks make it to the NBA Finals this year?
Okay, what are we going to bet?
I'll shave Andrew's head live on the Davey Mac Sports Program.
I got something a lot more interesting.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, go ahead.
A New York pizza.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Andrew, do you want that?
See, and it's not that I don't want the Knickerbockers to win.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay, maybe everybody wants the Knickerbockers to win, but somebody has to choose the other guy. It's kind of like somebody had to choose Steve.
That's Steve Wiebe. Steve Wiebe. Yeah, someone had to choose that guy. I mean, what's that guy up to since King of Kong? You know, is he still trying to get that Christian rock group off the ground? That's not happening.
I actually, I used to see him once a year at like the Donkey Kong gathering.
Yeah.
Not since like around COVID or a little before. COVID sort of messed things up, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. How's he doing? Is he a nice guy? Do you guys get along? What's the deal there?
Well, I get along with everybody, so yeah.
Everyone but Carl the YouTuber.
Who?
All right, so I think the Knicks are going to do it.
I think you're right, Dave. If Jimmy Butler gets hurt, if Joel Embiid gets hurt.
Jimmy Butler, I mean, you're saying the Miami Heat are better than the Knicks? I'm not scared of the Miami Heat. Now, I just knocked the hell out of my microphone. I do think the Sixers are great. I'm a big Joel Embiid fan. I've wanted him on the Knicks for years, but now, that's not going to happen. Harden's finally showing up to play basketball for the first time in a few years. So, yeah, but don't discount the Bucks. Giannis is unbelievable. And obviously the Boston Celtics are having a great season yet again. They were in the NBA Finals last year. They could go back there. I just think that the Knicks are a team of destiny. I'm telling you. I feel it. I wouldn't wear this shirt, Bill, if I didn't feel it.
Very good.
Billy, one athlete that Billy Mitchell looks up to, I shouldn't say looks up to, because really when you're sitting on the mountaintop, you can't look up to anybody. So, and Billy Mitchell's on the mountaintop of athletes and celebrities. But if there's one athlete that you say, you know what, I kind of respect that person, who would it be?
Okay, so you want me to give you a serious answer here, not a wise guy answer?
Whatever you want. I mean, this is
okay.
You know how much I love
Is
you.
he a current athlete or could he be a retired athlete?
Either way, for sure.
Absolutely, Terry Bradshaw. Here's
Terry
why.
Bradshaw.
When he played, you could argue with anybody that he was the best or amongst the best.
Terry.
But his life and his career in the world of sports will be remembered even more so what he gave and participated to the game after he retired.
Right. Like laughing
I think
hard
he's
on
going to be doing commentary.
Yeah.
As they throw dirt in his face, he'll still be giving commentary, and it'll be good.
Yeah. I mean, there are some people who wouldn't mind seeing that dirt in the face happen sooner rather than later, Bill. I mean, did you see that he mocked Andy Reid, the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl winning head coach, when he brought him up to the podium to hold up the Super Bowl trophy? And he said, "Hey, Andy, waddle on over here. Cheeseburgers on us."
Actually, I didn't see that, but I heard about it.
I mean, it's a very heelish thing to do. Andrew.
Yes, Mr. Champion.
Go ahead, ask the question, but I was talking to Billy. I was having a good time, and now you want to interrupt, but go ahead.
Hey, Billy. Hey, Billy. Is Big Andy. You know, Bill, some people like Robotron. Others like Missile Command.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the game Horror Attack.
Oh my God.
It's a fun game. I play every Saturday night at Hunts Point in the Bronx. You don't want to know how the game works, Billy.
No, but I bet you'd like to know how the game works.
Unless,
No, we don't want him to know how it works.
Billy, unless you want to be an accessory to kidnapping and murder.
Okay, Andrew, we understood the. You didn't even have to continue. We're gonna. Can I just repeat what he said very quickly?
Hey, it's too bad this is like modern days. In the old days, you could just cut to a commercial.
I know it's upsetting that you have to, lower the status of the show by saying things like some people like Robotron, others like Missile Command. You enjoy the game, and this is a game that I don't think exists, Andrew. It says you enjoy the game Horror Attack, and you play that every Saturday night at Hunts Point in the Bronx. So it's not a video game that you're describing, Andrew. It's more likely a crime, an assault, and perhaps something a lot more troublesome.
Yeah, Mr. Champion.
Okay, Mr. Champion is what he says. Now, Billy, Logan, speaking of YouTubers, Logan Paul, or no, who's the other one with the tats?
Jake
Paul. Jake Paul lost his first boxing match. He lost it to, he's a younger brother, and ironically, he lost it to another younger brother, Tommy Fury, the younger brother of heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. Is this the end for the Jake Paul boxing experiment? Is he going to keep going with this? I mean, does anyone care about these Paul brothers boxing like this?
Well, the truth is, if he's truly beaten, if he allows himself to be beaten, yes, it's the last you'll hear of him. If he takes his failure, as Fran Tarkenton would say, if he embraces his failure and he uses that to strengthen him, then he'll be back and nobody will be able to beat him.
That's interesting. Man, look at Billy bringing up the Fran Tarkenton. Andrew,
as you said, embrace your failure. It's your greatest strength.
Andrew, I'll give you 500 points right now, and you will have the lead as we head to the stretch, the down-home stretch of the Davey Mac Sports Program. Do you know who Fran Tarkenton is?
Yes. Yes, he was the quarterback of Minnesota Vikings.
Holy cow, that's shocking. That is shocking, Bill.
Booyah!
I would have bet the house.
No.
He didn't get that answer. You brought up Fran Tarkenton, and Robert didn't have any time to Google the answer for him.
No. He was the host of That's Incredible.
Yo, there you go, Billy. Billy's. You know what, Andrew? You get to keep the 500 points. Billy gets 501 points for the
He
fact
was the host of That's
it
Incredible.
is. It's a more impressive factoid that Fran Tarkenton hosted That's Incredible on what was it, NBC in the 80s.
And in 1983, That's Incredible hosted history's very first video game tournament championship.
With that guy, Ben.
Yeah, Ben Gold won. You met Ben Gold when you did your podcast at the Kong Off.
I did. Ben Gold won that. So look at me. Yeah, give me 501 points as well for knowing that Ben Gold won the That's Incredible video game challenge.
Yeah, 1983. How old were you then?
And by the way, I saw Andrew put his hands up like this, as if he's arguing the call. Minus 200 points.
Damn.
Oh,
for that.
What?
Another argument? Minus 300.
No.
All the points are out, Robert. Robert, give yourself 2 points. He lost 500, but you got 2 of them.
I'll take it.
That's what happens when you throw up the arms. Now, ask Billy a question, arm thrower. That's you. That's you, Andy.
All right. Howdy, Bill. Big A again.
Big
He
A,
knows
can I ask
Andrew-
Big A, can I ask where you're from?
Yeah.
Oh,
Besides the hospital?
Bronx, New York.
He's from the Bronx.
Yes.
So what the hell is with this? Hey. I mean, I think he's like a redneck in like a
No, he's very polite. He always feels like he needs to introduce himself like before every sentence.
Yes.
I've told him to get away from this weird OCD, just mongoloid type of thinking, but he doesn't want to, listen to me. So he's just going to keep, but it's personable. Go ahead, Andrew, please.
I submitted a centipede record to win Galaxies.
Who?
He submitted a centipede record to Twin Galaxies.
Oh, I didn't know they keep records anymore.
But I have not heard back to see if they made it official.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
Actually, I just sent them an actual centipede bug, a manila envelope.
Oh my God. Okay.
Fine. It was a middle finger. I cut off and drew a little face on to make it look like a centipede.
Jesus.
Either way, I'm bad shit insane.
Some way to end your question, which wasn't a question at all. Total confession again. You were the insanity, Andrew. It had nothing to do with sending a centipede record into somebody. You cut off a finger, you made it look, you drew a little face to make it look like a centipede, and then you mailed it to someone.
Yes, Mr.
But
Champion.
listen, the least of your concerns, the U.S. Post Office is going to have an issue with this type of behavior.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
letting
it's
you know.
so it's forensic files.
Yeah, forensic. I mean, there's a lot of people on your ass. Billy, what are we planning to do next? Where's the Billy Mitchell World Tour going? Are we taking it easy until the summer, and then we ramp up some of these records, some of these live performances?
Well, there'll absolutely start being some more live performances. I've been doing most anything but live performances. Without lying to you, certain aspects of your life sort of get behind. You got to catch up on your household and the things and the other goals you have.
Agreed.
And you kind of feel like you get caught up. So then you go back to gaming and going around and having fun. And then unfortunately the home life gets behind again, and it's a little bit of a vicious circle we do. However, about a week ago, I was in Iowa for 2 events. First of all, your buddy, Walter Day, had his professional debut on stage in front of a crowd, live music, cameras rolling.
You mean Walter playing?
And he played, and he did his first 3 songs that are coming out on his album.
Yes.
That was Friday.
I'll tell you what, the next time you're back, we want to play at least one of those Walter Day songs. Bring in the MP3 for Robert, if you could.
Now, he first started talking to me about this, that he wanted to do this back in 1986. All this time, it's finally came to him.
That's amazing.
Then the next night, Saturday, we had a ceremony for high school esports, which is now being launched nationally. There's 7 states that are involved. So they have esports already in college, but now they have esports in high school. So we're there to try to encourage people to take advantage of their passion. You know, as Elon Musk says, it leads into aeronautics and engineering and electronics and on and on and on. It's actually video game players that he gravitates to when he's looking to hire people. And that's from Elon Musk.
And I mean, you know, that guy.
Yeah, he's a serious player.
The Tesla.
I think Andy might have some trouble coming up with some questions for him.
Did anyone see that they are enacting the Major League Baseball new rules during spring training? Pitch clock. You can only have 2 pickoff attempts. When there's a guy on first, the pitcher can only throw over twice. He can throw over a 3rd time, but if he doesn't get the guy out, the guy actually gets to take second base automatically. Or if they do it on second, he gets to take third. And they also pitch clock, the pickoff thing. Oh, shift. No defensive shifts. They're trying to get back into baseball. Second baseman play in the second base spot. Shortstop is shortstop. First base, third base. You know, none of the nonsense. What are we thinking about some of these rules here, Bill?
The only one I knew about was the clock.
Well, what do you think? Some people are loving the defensive shift. Some people aren't.
Here I want to ask you this question before it leaves me. So the new rule is that you can try to just say first base. You can try to pick off the guy twice.
Yes.
Okay, if you go for a third time and you get him, you're fine. But if you don't, he automatically goes to second.
Correct.
Okay. Are they going to go back to last year or the year before or 10 years and say, hey, look, this guy tried to pick him off 3 times and it didn't work. So we're going to penalize them and give the guy first base, give him second,
No,
or give him home.
they're not going to go back.
Are they going to go up? Are they going to go and upset and try to say that somebody didn't win or somebody didn't perform?
No, that would be crazy to do.
Okay, so it's not like the video game world.
Oh,
In other words, they're not going to make up. They're not going to try to make up rules and go back into the past.
I mean, that's a great point. I mean, take that, Carl.
Who?
No, but that's a great point. That's a great point. A record is a record. A win is a win. A loss is a loss. Once they're in the books, they're in the books. Stop crying about it.
Are they going to go? Are they going to go back in the Olympics now that they have a more accurate stopwatch?
Hell no, they're not.
In time, Jesse Owens when he was in the Berlin Olympics.
They're going to take that away. Why would they take a record from Jesse Owens? He wasn't doing anything.
Germans weren't happy about it.
Well, I know they were. I know that they were. But tough luck. Go USA with the Jesse Owens already.
I got to agree with that, Davey.
That's a great point, though. See, Billy has a way of seeing things clearly. This is why I try telling people he's like either Yoda or Palpatine. You know, you're going to have to make a decision as to which one he is. But the point is, he's outthinking you. He's outthinking you. Okay? And no amount of complaining on YouTube is going to take down a legend. He's achieved legendary status. You haven't. And the next time I hear some little YouTuber waxing smart about my man, the goddamn MWO is coming in with black Louisville sluggers, and we're tearing the place to pieces.
Hell yeah, we are.
Hell yeah.
You want? Look at this. Hold on. Stretch. Someone stretch for me. Robert, stretch.
That's good. Now that we got Dave off the show, what are we going to do?
I heard that, Phil. Listen, see this? I want you all to take a good look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This, my friend, is an Easton aluminum baseball bat. This bat I used between the ages of 13 and 15.
Okay.
For Babe Ruth baseball is what we call that league, and elementary school baseball. I hit 485 lifetime. Between grade school and Babe Ruth, I hit 485 with 94 home runs in those 3 years.
What's that, a drop
Now,
3, Dave?
Instead of hitting the baseball, I'm going to do some damage on some video game cabinets if people don't start smartening up and leaving Billy alone.
And it'll give you that satisfying aluminum on aluminum sound.
Yeah. Look at that.
All right, Dave.
What has Billy got for us? I love this. I love
All
that
right,
we're
you
matching.
asked for it.
I love that we're matching memorabilia right now.
What you have is great.
Yes, sir.
But what I have is the Billy Mitchell Louisville Slugger.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes.
That's actually awesome. Awesome. And I am genuine. Now I know what it feels like to be a video game nerd wannabe loser YouTuber who is jealous of Billy Mitchell, because I am very envious of you having your own Louisville Slugger. Is there a way you could get me one of those Louisville Sluggers? But I'd prefer mine to be in black if possible.
It's funny you mention that. I happen to have 2 of them.
What?
And
Send up one to New Jersey, buddy.
what you
I'll pay
say? The WMO, I think you're going to need one of these.
MWO.
MWO.
It's MWO. We got to get the initials right. MWO. WMO sounds like some sort of public health organization.
Yeah.
Holy
that
shit.
is so ridiculous. You know what? Since we're matching, look what I just got.
All right. Just since we're matching, please, Dave, please don't take your shirt off. Please.
All right, now, Andrew, final question, then we got to get out of here. Billy has lots of things to do. He has to start preparing to get records in London. Final question, Andy.
Hey, Billy
Last one.
M.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Billy M. Big Andrew G here. I was at Spencer's Gifts yesterday and
Wait,
shoplifted.
Spencer, you were at where? Spencer's Gifts?
Yes.
Spencer's Gifts. Okay.
Yes. And I shoplifted Legend of Zelda T-shirt.
Shoplifted a Legend of Zelda T-shirt.
I need it for a jizz rag.
Okay, that's it.
Thanks for taking my call, Bill.
We're not going to answer that, and that's the last question you get. That's it.
All right.
No. Bought a Legend of Zelda T-shirt, Bill, and he's using it to clean up. We're just going to say that, and that's it. That's the last question. Can you apologize real quick for tonight, Andrew?
I apologize, Mr. Champion. I apologize.
Yeah.
Billy M.
Billy M. You know, you look up to him. He's your hero. But you have to understand.
He's my hero, yes.
Yes, but even though he's your hero, some of these questions can be construed as inappropriate.
I'm just really excited, you know?
Okay.
Very excited.
Billy, you know how much I love you and how much I think of you, the greatest video game player of all time. You've given me hours and hours. I mean, sometimes I even rewatch the MTV True Life episode of Billy Mitchell, which is on YouTube. You know, like I'm watching Billy Mitchell throughout the years, docs and movies and shows and specials. There is not one single other video game player that has given me nor millions and millions of human beings on the planet Earth this much joy for honestly 40 years. What other video game player could say they've been giving us joy for 40 years? None of them. That's why they're jealous. That's why they're jealous. They're always jealous of the people with talent. What do you think? I'm stupid? Here's the point. Don't be jealous. Unless you want the MWO on your ass, leave Billy alone. Billy, it's been a pleasure as always. Any final words, final thoughts, things to do, things to plug?
All right. You mentioned the MTV. I haven't talked about this guy in a long time. The guy that came down, his name was Pat. He was from New York.
Right.
I recently sent him a message like, how you doing? He's doing good. He's doing whatever he's doing. He's still independent, I think. And it's funny. He was such a cool guy that when we got done filming, me and my wife took him to the University of Miami football game.
Oh.
He was there. Then he had to skip out, go to the airport, and fly home.
Oh, so nice.
And there's different people that I've worked with. He's one of absolutely the finest. I could give you the other list too, but we're going to skip that.
Okay.
But you talk about plugging things. The thing that would be cool, now if you're there, it's great. But if you're not there, you could be there in the capacity that we are here now. Northeast Retro Gaming, NERG, NERG, in Newcastle, July 8th and 9th. That would be awesome.
If I will promise to at least do that. If I'm not actually in England, but you need me for an hour, a couple hours via Zoom, I will absolutely be there for you. Guaranteed. 100%.
Because what we're going to do that's so cool that we do mostly, but it doesn't make the highlights. Everybody likes the drama that makes the highlights. We're going to have a European trading card ceremony. You know, like all the different trading cards that we do.
Yeah, right.
Honor awesome. People through history and their contribution. So if nothing else, you could participate with us in the trading card ceremony. It'd be about 15 or 20 people who have had a significant impact to the industry who will be there. And that would be really cool because you would bring their attention from there where they are to share it with the people. I know you go all over the world, but face it, the strength of your audience is right here.
Yes, yes.
So that would be awesome.
Yes, I would love to do that. So I will definitely be a part of that, either Zoom or in person. If I can get to England, bro, I'll go. But I've been to England before. It's fantastic. But if I can't, I'll definitely do it in Zoom.
Yeah, but what about your passport? How's your passport?
Oh, good point. Well, I'll fix that by July. I'll fix that by July.
Okay, how about your COVID situation?
COVID's fine, but I got to fix my passport by July. I'll try to do
lastly, most importantly, how's your criminal record?
I'll try to fix the passport by July. Robert, thank you so much.
No problem, Dave. Hey, if people really like you really like Billy, what should they do?
Okay, Robert is talking about. We just opened up it's a soft. We're Jared, Robert, myself. We're launching a soft Patreon. We're calling it a soft launch. Right now, it's just very soft. It's patreon.com/EastSideDave. And if you simply like what we do and support it, where the first tier is just $2.50. Basically, you're saying thank you for giving all of this stuff throughout the years and years and years of phenomenal free content. And we are going to be adding tiers and adding more things. I have multiple show ideas, which I'm very excited for, and I think people will be as well. So the tiers will go up and improve, but it's a very soft launch. If you want to support myself, the Eastside Dave Kingdom, it's patreon.com/EastsideDave, and we really appreciate it. Robert, do you have those names for the folks?
Yeah, we will throw them up at the end of the episode. So if you subscribe to the Patreon, we're going to put a whole slate up at the end for you saying thank you.
All right. Well, that's pretty awesome. So stay tuned on the old YouTube for your name to be put up on the Davey Mac Sports Program. We really do thank the patrons. We've actually, without really telling anyone, we had an extremely soft launch, and we actually got, we actually have people already subscribing. We're committed to doing more. This is, like I said, soft launch. But in the months to come, we're going to build and build and build, and it will be fantastic. It'll be a lot of fun at patreon.com/EastsideDave. Andrew, Big A,
yes,
Andrew,
Mr. Champion.
Thank you as always. Some of those questions were very disturbing.
I apologize, Mr. Champion.
But no, I mean, they're disturbing, but you're a good person somehow, which is perplexing for a lot of us. But thank you, Andrew.
Yes, Mr. Champion.
And Billy, you're the GOAT. No matter what anyone says, no matter what any other haters say.
You're appreciated, sir. And I'll see you on the other side of the pond.
I'll see you on the other side of the pond. If you mess with Billy Mitchell, don't forget, you're now messing with the MWO, the Mitchell World Order. Okay? I'm just saying. For Big A, for Robert, for the legendary Billy Mitchell, the greatest video game player of all time. My name is Eastside Dave, Davey Mac. This has been the sports program. Good night, everybody.